If you're a first-time mom and you just got home after a C-section, this video is for you because the first night home is when a lot of moms realize, oh, the hospital medication, the nurses, the help, that part is over. And now it's you, a newborn, and a body that's recovering from surgery. And here's the part no one says out loud. C-sections are common, about 1 in 3 births in the United States. But that doesn't make the first night home any easier. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do tonight so tomorrow hurts less. We'll keep it simple: pain control, safe movement, and a setup that protects your incision while you care for your sweet little baby. If you want a printable checklist for your first 72 hours at home, I made it free. It's the first 72 hours home plan. The link is below. Hi, I'm Cherry, a certified maternal and newborn nurse, and I'm here to help you heal physically, feel emotionally seen, and rebuild your strength during the fourth trimester. First night home rule. Tonight is not the night to be brave. Tonight is the night to be consistent. Part 1, pain control, so you don't wake up worse. Let's start with one thing that decides how tomorrow feels: your pain plan. Most moms don't struggle because they're weak. They struggle because pain medication becomes random. Tonight, I want you to follow your discharge instructions like it's a recipe. If you are told to take medication on a schedule, set alarms. Do not wait until you're in I can't take it pain. Here's why. When your pain spikes, your whole body tenses. Standing gets harder. Walking gets scarier. Feeding the baby starts to feel like a workout you didn't sign up for. The goal is not to be pain-free. That is unrealistic. The goal is to be comfortable enough to move safely, breathe normally, and rest. And if you're worried about what's safe while breastfeeding, don't guess in silence. Use your discharge instructions and call your OB doctor if you need clarity. Suffering doesn't earn you extra points. It just steals sleep. In a minute, I'll tell you the single easiest way to get up without the sharp pulling feeling, because that move alone can change your whole night. Part 2, safe movement, the no crunches rule. Now, let's talk about movement. You will need to get up tonight. Bathroom, baby, maybe a quick lap around the room. So, we're going to do it without turning your incision into the main character. We got some rules. Don't sit straight up out of the bed. That's basically a crunch after abdominal surgery. Instead, roll to your side first. Bend your knees a little. Use your arms to push your upper body up while your legs slide off the bed. Slow and steady. If it feels awkward, good. Awkward is safer than forcing it. Now, your incision. Keep a pillow near you and hug it gently against your belly when you stand, cough, laugh, or shift positions. It supports the tender area so your body doesn't feel like everything is pulling. And yes, laughing can hurt tonight. So if you choose to watch something funny, pick soft funny, not I'm wheezing and crying and regretting everything funny. You can save that for week 2. Part 3, your first night setup, so baby care doesn't wreck you. Now, the biggest mistake I see on the first night is this. Moms try to do baby care from a setup that requires twisting, bending, and reaching. That will make you sore really fast. Tonight, you need a mini recovery command center. 3 zones: where you sleep, where you feed, and where you change the diapers. Keep them close. Put all these within arm's reach. Diapers, wipes, burp cloth, pads, water bottle, high protein snacks, medications, and your phone charger. Because your phone will die the second you finally get comfortable and have a safe place to set baby down near you. That way, you're not doing unnecessary lifts and awkward transfers when you're exhausted. Part 4, feeding without turning it into an ab workout. Feeding is where moms accidentally overdo it. If you're breastfeeding, use positions that protect your belly. Side lying can be a lifesaver. The football hold can keep your baby off your incision. If you're bottle feeding, set yourself up so you're not constantly standing and leaning over the counter. Bring supplies to you if you can. If you're pumping, keep it comfortable. Your job tonight is not to get ahead. Your job is to heal and feed your baby in the easiest way possible. In a second, I'm going to talk about the things most moms don't expect after a C-section: gas pain and constipation, and what to do tonight so you're not miserable tomorrow. Part 5, peeing, pooping, and gas pain. Yes, we're going there. Okay, real talk. Constipation and gas pain after a C-section can be intense. Why is that the case? Because surgery, pain medication, and reduced movement can slow your gut down. Tonight, aim to pee every few hours. Don't hold it. For bowel support, keep it simple. Fluids, gentle walking, and some stool softener if your doctor prescribed it. A warm drink can help too. Pro tip, how about some warm prune juice? Yum. And when I say walking, I don't mean let me hit my step goal. I mean slow lap around the living room like you're browsing Target, but you're too tired to shop. That level of walking. That's what I'm talking about. Part 6, the incision check. Once, not 47 times. Tonight, check your incision once. One time, then stop. Look for redness that's spreading, warmth, swelling that's getting worse, drainage that looks like pus, a bad smell, or the incision opening. If you see that, call. But don't spiral into staring at it all night. An anxious brain will turn healing into danger. One check is responsible. 47 checks is just stress. Part 7, red flags you don't ignore. You can still have vaginal bleeding after a C-section. Totally normal. It should gradually lighten over time. Call your doctor if you're soaking a pad in an hour, passing very large clots, like the size of a golf ball. You have a fever, worsening pain, shortness of breath, chest pain, or you feel like something is really off. Trust your gut and call your doctor. And emotionally, tears can be normal. Feeling hopeless, panicky, or unsafe is not. If you're not okay, tell someone and get help right away. So, here's your plan for tonight. Take your medication on schedule. Drink water. Eat something with protein. Do a few short walks. Roll to your side to get up. Brace your incision with a pillow. Keep baby while supplies close. Check your incision once and then rest if you can. And if you want this as a printable checklist for day 1, day 2, and day 3, grab my free first 72 hours home plan, link below. If you want the full step-by-step roadmap for the weeks that follow, my Strong Start C-section recovery kit is linked in there too. If you want to know the 5 real, often overlooked realities of recovering from a C-section, from emotional setbacks to invisible pressure, watch this video next. Whether your birth was planned or unexpected, this is what you actually need to know to recover with confidence. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the like button if you find value in this video. I'm Sherry, and I will see you in the next one.